Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is your premier source for hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, residential and commercial carpet, carpet tiles, ceramic and porcelain tile, waterproof floating floor, plus blinds and shutters. Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is also home to all name brands and can tackle projects big and small. Installation? You're covered with installers who've got years of experience and stand behind their work. Let Lawrenceburg Flooring and More make your design dreams a reality. 2760 Highway 43 North, or visit lawrenceburgflooringandmore.com.
Make your lawn a legacy. At Legacy Lawn and Landscapes, we put more than 16 years of experience into your goals. We won't meet your expectations, we'll exceed them. We offer consultation, installation, maintenance, hardscapes, construction, and land clearing services. Owner John and Jamie Brewer with their team are dedicated to providing the highest quality landscape services to commercial and residential clients in Middle Tennessee. Service, teamwork, results. That's how you leave a legacy.
Did you know that Resource MFG, an employee bridge company in Lawrenceburg, is the first and largest national manufacturing staffing company? They work alongside the top plants and facilities in the area to provide you with job opportunities in production, quality, maintenance, supervision, and all levels of management. Resource MFG has positions open right now to meet your needs today and a full staff ready to work with industrial partners to grow opportunities for this generation of workers and the next. Reach out today and start your employment journey with Resource MFG.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network. This is the X Sports Network.
And back to our final match of the Summertown Smackdown. It will feature the Lady Cats of Lawrence County and the Lady Eagles from Eagleville. AJ Good here on the X Sports Network. Hayden Burks is our producer extraordinaire as we close out the first official event of the fall season here, the Summertown Smackdown. So Lawrence County defeated Forest earlier today, then just fell to Summertown. And now they're taking on Eagleville. Eagleville, who's been busy in several matches here on this Saturday. So on the court to start things off here for Eagleville will be Bug, Campbell, Baker, Leathers, and Knowles to get things going. Lady Cats will be Daniel Garland, Cox, Brazier, Bryce, Schultz, and Dixon. So Freeze, Knowles, Baker, Bug, Campbell, and Leathers for Eagleville. That will be who starts things off here. So we're getting all the lineups at the scores table going before we get the match here. final day. Everyone probably pretty tired at this point, just like we are. It's been a very successful event. They always do a good job with it here at Summertown. It's one of the many events in the area we look forward to each and every year. Yeah, official taking a look here at some of the earrings. Looks like we are going to be ready to go. Taking a look, looks like we're still getting stuff taken care of there at the scorers table. Lawrence County will have the ball to serve it up to start things off. Be Schultz back there. And now we are ready to roll. First serve up here from Schultz. That is dug out by Knowles. Campbell setting up Baker. That is dug out by Dixon. Schultz now over to Cox. Off the net and in. Lady Cats off to a 1-0 lead. Schultz ready to serve again. That one's over. Dug out by Knowles. Campbell and Bug punches it over. Garland. Schultz now back to Garland, tip, and in. Back-to-back kills for the Lady Cats to get things going. Schultz ready to serve it up again. That's in the net. First point of the game for Eagleville. B. Baker ready to serve. No subs for either side after that. Serve here from Baker. Is dug out by Cox. Schultz here to Daniel, tipped over, and in. First 3 points all coming off kills for the Lady Cats. Offense clicking here in the early going. Garland back to serve it up. That one is over the net. That is dug out by Knowles. Campbell here to Leathers. Long. That will make it 4-1 Lady Cats. Next serve here from Garland. That is dug out by Knowles. Campbell over to Leathers. Slapped over. Dug out by Garland. Schultz pushed over, dug out by Baker. Campbell here to Bug, blocked, dug out by Campbell. Knowles now over to Campbell, over, dug out by Brazier. Schultz here to Dixon. Long, 4-2. So Burns back to serve as she comes in for Bug. That serve is off the top of the net. Diving save by Brazier. Schultz now over to Dixon. Gets it over. Dug out by Baker. Campbell here to Burns. Dug out by Tibbs. Schultz here to Cox. Dug out by Campbell. Baker here to Leathers. Deflected wide and in. 4-3. Serve here from Burns. Dug out by Tibbs. Schultz. And just out of the reach of Dixon. And a 3-0 run has tied it up here at 4. You did. Yeah, A for effort. It's hard when you're so trapped in here. Serve up here from Burns. In for the ace. A 4-0 run for Eagleville. Serve from Burns. Dug out by Brazier. Schultz here to Dixon. Tipped. Blocked back. Dug out by Daniel. Schultz Here to Cox. Wide. And that one make it a 5-0 Eagleville run. Next serve here from Burns. In the net. That will break the run. 1 point Eagle lead. Serve up here from Brazier is dug out by Baker. Campbell here to Smith, blocked by Dixon, down and in, tied up at 6. Six all. Brazier back to serve. Bryson to the game, came in for Daniel. Serve up, dug out by Baker. Campbell here to Leathers, tip, dug out by Brazier. Dixon over to Cox, who will get it over the net. Baker, Campbell here to Smith, dug out by Brazier in the net, saved by Bryce Dixon, struggles to get it over. 7-6 Eagleville lead. Bond into the game as Freeze will check out for Eagleville. And Campbell back to serve. In the net, and we're tied up at 7. Walker and Archer in for Schultz and Cox, and they serve from Walker's in the net. 8-7, Lady Eagles lead. Leathers back to serve. Dug out by Brazier. Archer. And Smith takes advantage of it. Makes it 9-7 as the pass just too close to the net. 2-point Lady Eagle lead here in the first set. Leathers to serve again. Dug out by Dixon. Walker here to Archer. She'll get it over. Leathers. Campbell here to Bond. And that one's in. 10-7, a 3-point Eagleville lead. Serve here from Leathers. Off of Brazier into the second row, an ace. A 4-0 Eagleville run. Next serve. And long. Break there for the Lady Cats. Lead down to 3, 11-8. Dixon back to serve. It's over the net. That is dug out by Knowles. Campbell here to Bond. That one's in. 12-8. Actually, went wide, my bad, so it's 11-9. Serve here from Dixon. Dug out by Baker. Knowles back in the play. Baker will get it over the net. Dixon. Walker here to Archer. Tipped. Saved by Leathers off the antenna, and that's 11-10. Serve here from Dixon in the net. That's 12-10. Knowles back to serve. Smith out. Bug back in for Eagleville. Serve up and dug out by Brazier. Walker over to Garland. Tip. Blocked back down and in by Bond. Serving it up is Knowles. Down and in for the ace. Tie for their largest lead of the game here at 4. Serve up by Knowles in the net, 14-11. Daniel will come in for Brazier. And Lloyd getting some action here at the varsity level. Coming in for Bryce. Her serve, dug out by Leathers. Campbell setting up Bond. Dug out by Dixon. And Walker back into play. Lloyd will get it over the net. Leathers, Campbell, over to Baker and in. 15-11. Freeze comes in for Bond. Lloyd checks out, and Brazier back in for Lawrence County. Freeze ready to roll. Dug out by Dixon. Walker. Now to Daniel. That one's in. Sophomore finds a soft spot. Lead down to 3. Schultz and Garland back in. Walker and Archer will check out. Next serve here from Schultz. Diving save by Knowles. Campbell here to Baker. Deflected wide. 16-12. Baker back to serve for Eagleville. Serve up. Dug out by Dixon. Deflected wide and ace. 17-12. Next serve. Dug out by Brazier. Schultz. Here back to Brazier. Dug out by Knowles. Campbell. Here to Bug. Long. That breaks Eagleville run. It's 17-13. Garland back to serve. Dug out by Freeze. Campbell. Over to Leathers. That one's in. 18-13. Quick finish there from Leathers. Smith. And Burns will come in as Knowles and Bug will head to the bench. Burns back to serve. Dug out by Brazier. Schultz here to Daniel. Off a freeze. Baker gets it back, but into the scorer's table. 18-14. Another kill from Destiny Daniel. Bryce will check in for Daniel as Brazier will go back and serve. Serve up. Dug out by Knowles. And in for the ace. 3-point Eagleville lead. Serve up here from Brazier. Off the top of the net, saved by Baker. Campbell over to Leathers, tipped over. Diving save by Schultz. Brazier. Cox over the net. Dug out by Baker. Campbell. And just out of the reach. Not a great pass there over to Smith. Lady Cats have cut it. Lead down the tube. Timeout will be called by Eagleville as they lead by 2. Take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
Eagleville just called their first timeout here of the match as they lead Lawrence County 18-16, but the Lady Cats here in the midst of a pretty good run. as Brazier will go back and serve. Dug out by Freeze. Campbell over to Baker. Tipped. Dug out by Brazier. Schultz here to Dixon. Dixon will get it over. Dug out by Baker. Knowles over to Leathers. Gets it over. Dug out by Brazier. Schultz here to Dixon. Tipped. And in. 1 point game. (18-17) the Lady Eagle lead. Brazier back to serve again. Over the net. Dug out by Knowles. Setting up Leathers. Wide, and we're tied up at 18. Kind of a delayed call all over the board there. Just waiting for someone to make the call. 18 all here. Lady Cats on a 5-0 run. Brazier over the net, dug out by Baker. Campbell over, dug out by Dixon. Schultz here to Dixon. Lady Cats lead it. That one almost. And 19-18 the Lady Cat lead. Brazier back to serve again. Lady Cats with the lead. Dug out by Baker. Campbell sent over. Nobody there. Great move by Campbell. Tied it up to 19. Bodden will come in for Freeze. And Campbell will go back and serve. First serve over to Tibbs. Schultz to Dixon. Can't get it over. And Eagleville retakes the lead, 20-19. Serve here from Campbell. Dug out by Tibbs. Over to Schultz. Now over to Cox. Error by me. Timeout called by Lawrence County. We'll be back here on the Exports Network.
Southern Craft Manufacturing is dedicated to creating the finest quality and greatest value products in the death care industry. Southern Craft has perfected blending old world craftsmanship with modern manufacturing technologies to create a full line of steel, wood, and corrugated caskets. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, Southern Craft is now looking to hire local and regional truck drivers, welders, and production workers, each with great starting pay and a benefits package. For more information, visit SouthernCraftMFG.com.
And back here at the Summertown Smackdown, Lawrence County just used their first timeout as they trail Eagleville 21-19. Sent over the net is Campbell, dug out by Brazier. Schultz here to Bryce, dug out by Leathers. And Campbell and Smith collide. That falls down. And a point for Lawrence County, a 1 point game. Sometimes you just don't know where your setter is and just got to get out of the way of it. Schultz and Cox check out. Archer and Walker in. Walker back to serve here for Lawrence County. That's over the net. That is dug out by Leathers. Campbell over to Smith. Off the top of the net and in. 2 point Eagleville lead. 22-20. Leathers back to serve. Over the net. Dug out by Brazier, high in the air. Walker, here to Dixon. Dug out by Knowles. Campbell, here to Leathers. Now over to Brazier. Dug out by, sent over to Walker. Archer over, dug out by Knowles. Campbell in the air over to Bond. Blocked. Dug out by Knowles. Leathers, here to Baker. Dug out by Tibbs. Walker, here over to Dixon. Dug out by Leathers. Bryce takes advantage, slams it down. It's a 1 point game. Dixon back to serve. That is dug out by Baker. Campbell sent over by Smith, dug out by Dixon. Walker, here to Garland, tipped. Baker, saved by Knowles, over is Smith, dug out by Walker. Brazier here to Garland again, tipped, dug out by Leathers. Campbell, over to Bond, tipped over, dug out by Brazier, over to Eagleville. Knowles, Campbell over, dug out by Walker. Brazier in the air, and Bryce will get it over the net. Leathers, Campbell, here to Baker, tipped over, saved by Bryce, back to Eagleville. Knowles, Campbell here to Leathers, dug out by Dixon, saved by Walker. Brazier over the net. Leathers, Campbell, battle at the net, and it's won by Lawrence County off the double hit. 22 all. What a point there for the Lady Cats. Dixon back to serve, trying to take the lead. Dug out by Knowles. Campbell here to Bond, sent over, dug out by Walker. Brazier here to Archer, dug out by Leathers. Campbell here to Bond, dug out by Brazier, sent over by Walker and in. Lady Cats lead it. And the final timeout will be called by Eagleville's Lady Cats lead. We'll take it with them here on the X Sports Network.
If you're looking for a company that can do it all when it comes to building, look no further than Tenneke Properties. From new home builds to remodels and commercial projects, our contractors work hard to give your space a new life from planning to finishing touches. Whether it's new interiors or dirt work, they see your big picture without forgetting the small details. In the market for a new home, they partnered with Freeman Development to bring new homes to the Oak Hill subdivision of Lawrenceburg. That's Tenneke Properties, licensed and insured. Call today or visit Tenneke.com.
Back here at the Summertown Smackdown after a couple of thrilling points. Lady Cats of Lawrence County have taken the lead over Eagleville here in the first set, 23-22. Dixon back to serve, ready to go here for Lawrence County again. Over the net, dug out by Baker. Campbell back to Baker. That one's in. We're tied up at 23. Knowles back to serve, 23 all here in the first set. Thrilling one it has been. Over the net, dug out by Brazier. Walker, here to Bryce, dug out by Leathers. In the net, sent back, Bryce takes advantage! Set point for the Lady Cats from the freshman. And it will be Annie Lloyd with set point on the line. Over the net, dug out by Leathers. Campbell sent over. Daniel sends it back. Campbell in the air. Knowles over to Baker. Dug out by Lloyd. Saved by Walker. Archer over. And in! The Lady Cats storm back to take the first set from Eagleville, 25-23. Take a short break, and then we'll have the start of the second set when we return on the X Sports Network.
Since 1955, Evers Construction has been the company folks have trusted for residential and commercial construction projects. Today, Evers is still the leader in building and is just as committed to maintaining. From residential to commercial and industrial, Evers' team of experts stands ready to install, service, and repair all your HVAC and plumbing needs. Specializing in leak repair, maintenance, air duct cleaning and repair, air handler service, drain cleaning, gas line work, emergency unit repair, inspections, and more. Evers Construction offers a preventative maintenance package to keep your home or business cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Trained, trusted, reliable. For more information or to schedule an appointment with the pros who know, phone 931-762-3593 or visit eversconstructionco.com. Evers Construction Company in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Mac Brown has been providing photographic services for 55 years. During that time, Mac Brown photographers have photographed children, seniors, weddings, schools, musicians, and commercial businesses. The studio takes great pride in producing quality photographs and services for its many clients. While the studio has adapted as times have changed, their goal of providing excellent photography has remained constant. For more information or to schedule an appointment, visit their website at macbrownphoto.com or give them a call at 931-762-4263. Let the professionals at Mac Brown Photography turn your memories into treasures.
And back at the Summertown Smackdown, where Lawrence County took a thrilling first set here from Eagleville, 25-23. On the court for Eagleville, Baker, Knowles, Freeze, Bug, Leathers, and Campbell. For Lawrence County, Daniel, Garland, Schultz, Brazier, and Dixon. Baker back to serve here for Eagleville. It's in the net. The Lady Cats start off with a 1-0 lead. Back to serve is Garland. And she will get it over the net, dug out by Freeze. Campbell setting up Leathers. And wide, 2-0 Lady Cats. Garland back to serve again with a 2-0 lead. Over the net, dug out by Freeze. Campbell here to Bug. Block, dug out by Knowles. Sent over by Campbell, saved by Dixon, and out of the reach of Cox. First point of the set here for Eagleville. Burns back in and back to serve. Garland checks out, Tibbs checks in for the Lady Cats. 2-1 the lead here in the second set. Tibbs digs out, sends back over to Eagleville. Campbell here to Burns, and wide. 3-1 Lady Cats. Back to serve is Brazier. Dug out by Baker. Bryce, battle at the net. Eagleville, Campbell, sent over to Lawrence County, Cox. Schultz, Dixon. That one is wide. 3-2. Back to serve will be Kenny Campbell, I should say. Serve is up, dug out by Brazier. Schultz. And Bryce will get it over the net. Knowles mishits it. And will make it 4-2 Lady Cats. Walker and Archer in as Cox and Schultz will check out. That is dug out by Leathers. No one else there, and an ace for Walker. That serve up from Walker will go long. It's 5-3. And the next serve from Leathers, who has been really good here tonight, goes in the net. It's 6-3 Lady Cats. Back to serve now is Dixon as Garland's in for Tibbs. Back serve, dug out by Baker. Campbell here to Bond. That's dug out by Archer, sent over by Bryce, saved by Baker. Campbell here to Smith, long. Make it 7-3 Lady Cats. Next serve in the net from Dixon, now 7-4. Knowles back to serves as Bug is in for Smith. That is dug out by Brazier. Walker here to Garland and deflected wide. Lady Cats now lead at 8-4. Lloyd will check in for Bryce and go back and serve. Off the top of the net, saved by Knowles. Campbell here to Leathers, and that one's in. 8-5. Kinley, Campbell, and Freeze will check in for Presley, Campbell, and Bond. Brazier back into the game. She'll dig out the serve. Dixon and Archer over the net, dug out by Campbell. Knowles here to Leathers, tipped over, diving save by Brazier back to Eagleville. Knowles here to Bug, that one's dug out, sent back to Eagleville. Knowles, Campbell, over to Baker, dug out by Brazier. Walker here to Dixon, dug out by Knowles. Campbell here to Leathers, blocked, dug out by Baker. Campbell here to Bug. And long, 9-5 Lady Cats. Walker and Archer will check out. Daniel and Cox back in. Schultz and Cox back in. Schultz's serve, dug out by Knowles. Campbell here to Bug, blocked. Dug out by Knowles, Freeze in the air, over to Bug again. Off the top of the net, saved by Cox. Dixon back between the line. Brazier over to Freeze. Campbell setting up Bug. Blocked by Daniel, down and in. 10-5. Schultz to serve again. Timeout call by Eagleville. Lady Cats up 10-5. We'll take it with them in the Exports Network.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
And back here at the Summertown Smackdown, the Lady Cats of Lawrence County out to a 10-5 lead over Eagleville in the second set. Lady Cats took the first one 25-23. Schultz back to serve. Lady Cats here on a run. First serve up, dug out by Knowles. Campbell here to Baker. Dug out by Dixon. Schultz over to Garland. That one's in, 11-5 Lady Cats. Next serve from Schultz, dug out by Knowles. Campbell here to Baker, off the antenna. 12-5 Lawrence County. Next serve from Schultz, long. (12-6), Baker back to serve. Oh, into the net. 13-6 Lady Cats. Garland back to serve for Lawrence County. That is dug out by Knowles. Campbell here to Leathers. Out of the reach of Schultz and Daniel. 13-7. Burns And Freeze into the game. Bug and Knowles check out. Presley Campbell back in. Burns a serve. Dug out by Dixon. Schultz setting up Daniel. Tipped and deflects around. Campbell over. Dug out by Brazier. Schultz here to Dixon. That one's in. 14-7 Lady Cats. Brazier back to serve. Bryson to the game for Daniel. Serve from Brazier over the net. Dug out by Knowles. Over to Campbell. Setting up Leathers. Tipped and in. 14-8. As Presley Campbell back to serve. Smith into the game. So is Bond. Next serve. Dug out by Dixon. Brazier and Bryce will get it over. Dug out by Baker. Campbell here to Smith, who slams it hard. 14-9. Campbell to serve again. Over the net. That is dug out by Tibbs. Schultz. Dixon. Dug out by Knowles. Campbell. Bond will push it over. Brazier. Schultz. Here to Cox. That one saved by Baker in the line. Over is Landers. Dixon. Schultz to Dixon. That one's in. 15-9 Lady Cats. Archer and Walker in. Cox and Schultz will check out. Serve from Walker. Dug out by Knowles. Campbell. Here to Bond. Tipped. Dug out by Walker. Bryce over. That is dug out by Baker, but in the net. 16-9 Lady Cats. To serve is Walker again. That is over. Battle at the net. Smith gets it in the air. Knowles here to Bond. That is dug out by Brazier. Walker here to Bryce on the. Oh. They are going to give the point there to Lawrence County. They do give the point to Lawrence County, so it is 17-9. The back judge called it long. Give her some grace. She is a kid. Walker. It's dug out by Knowles. Campbell here to Leathers, deflected wide. It's now 17-10. Back to serve is Leathers. It's over the net here. Dug out by Brazier. In the net. Saved by Bryce, who gets it over. Knowles. Campbell. Here to Baker. Off the top of the net and in. Back-to-back points make it 17-11. Serve here from Leathers. In the net. 18-11 Lady Cats. Serve here from Dixon. Dug out by Knowles. Campbell here to Leathers. Dug out by Walker. Garland now to Archer over. Dug out by Bond. Campbell here to Baker, and that one's in. 18-12. Back to serve is Knowles. Smith checks out. Bug back in. Dug out by Dixon. Walker here to Garland. Gets it over. Dug out by Campbell. Battle at the net. Bryce. And wide. It's 18-13. Serve here from Knowles. Dug out by Brazier. Walker over to Dixon. Dug out by Knowles. Campbell here to Baker. Dug out by Brazier. Walker here to Bryce. That one's in. 19-13. Another kill for the freshman. Annie Lloyd in, back to serve. Dug out by Knowles. Campbell here to Leathers, pushes it over. Dug out by Walker. Lloyd here to Archer. She'll push it over. Dug out by Bond. Campbell setting up Bug. Tipped. Dug out by Dixon. Walker here to Garland. Dug out by Leathers. And too many black jerseys standing around on that one. 19-14. Freeze will check in along with Kinley Campbell. 19-14 the lead. Freeze's serve off of Dixon and down. 19-15 with the ace. Freeze's next serve. Dug out by Dixon. Walker. Garland over. Dug out by Campbell. Knowles here to Leathers. Tipped. Dug out by Dixon. Walker here to Daniel. Sent over. Knowles a good save. Campbell to Leathers. Dug out by Brazier. Walker. Dixon. And never made it over. 19-16. Serve here from Freeze. Dug out by Brazier. Nobody else there. Another ace. There's a 19-17 game. Eagleville storming back here in the second set. Timeout called by Lawrence County, up by 2. We'll take that break with them here on the X Sports Network.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Back at the Summertown Smackdown, our final match of the Smackdown has been an instant classic here. Eagleville storming back, making it a 2-point game in the second set. Lawrence County took the first 25-23. Dixon digs that one. Bug slams off the hard dig. 1-point game. Freeze with the hot hand, back to serve again. Down 1. Dug out by Brazier. Walker here to Daniel. Tipped. Dug out by Baker. Campbell over to Baker. Dug out by Dixon. Walker here to Archer. Dug out by Freeze. Campbell here to Leathers. Long, and the Lady Cats up 2, 20-18. Serve here from Schultz. Off the top of the net. Sent over. Wild play here at the net. Freeze. Knowles over the net. Brazier. Schultz here to Cox. Dug out by Knowles. Campbell here to Baker. Daniel digs out. Schultz in the air. Garland will get it over the net. Knowles. Campbell sending a Bug. Tipped. Dug out by Dixon. Schultz here to Garland. That one's in. Lady Cats up 3, 21-18. Schultz back to serve again. Dug out by Knowles. Campbell here to Baker. Not a great pass. Baker hits it wide. 22-18. Four-point Lady Cat lead after the lead was trimmed to 1. Dug out by Knowles. Campbell here to Bug. Slammed home. Leads down to 3, 22-19. Baker back to serve. Serve here from Baker. That one's in for the ace. 2-point game, 22-19. Baker ready to roll. Dug out by Cox. Dixon in the air. Brazier will get it over. Knowles. Campbell setting up. Bug. And it is long. Lady Cats up 23-20. Back serve here from Ava Scott. Garland dug out by Freeze. Campbell over to Leathers. Blocked. Eagleville saves it over the net. Garland, Brazier, Dixon tipped over. And long. 23-21. Eagleville wins the exchange. Burns in, back to set it up. Dug out by Brazier. Schultz here to Dixon. That one's in. Set point for the Lady Cats. Brazier back to serve. Set point here for Lawrence County. Oh, in the net, 24-22. Still set point. Bond in, Presley Campbell in. She'll go back and serve. Over the net, dug out by Dixon. Schultz to Dixon. That one is long, it's 24-23. We're target practice over here. And timeout called by Lawrence County. Their final timeout. Up one. We'll take it with them on the Exports Network.
Are you looking for a job where you can easily balance work and home life? By becoming a local driver with Southeast Carriers, we can guarantee multiple benefits and a base pay starting at $17 per hour, along with a work-life balance so you can spend equal time on the road as with family. We also provide the latest updated equipment and technology to make your job as easy as possible. Southeast Carriers isn't just a company, it's a family, and we would love for you to be a part of it. For more information, visit our website at southeastcarriers.com or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
And another thrilling set here between Eagleville and Lawrence County. Still set point for the Lady Cats, but Eagleville here serving it up. Lawrence County up 24-23. They took the first set, 25-23. Campbell's serve, dug out by Tibbs. Schultz here to Cox, dug out by Knowles. Campbell here to Baker, dug out by Brazier. Schultz, Bryce, sent over by Landers, dug out by Brazier. Schultz here to Dixon for the win. Long, and we're tied up at 24. Going to need some extra points to decide this second set. .24 all. 4-0 run for Eagleville. Campbell serve, dug out by Dixon. Schultz here to Cox, sent over. That one is in. Set point for the Lady Cats again. Walker and Archer in for Schultz and Cox. Walker serve, dug out by Baker. Campbell. Smith blocked down and in by Dixon. And the Lady Cats take the second set, 26-24. The varsity with a 2-0 sweep over Eagleville. We will take a short break here while the JVs warm up. Then we'll have some JV action when we return on the Exports Network.
Welcome to Mid-South Barn Dominiums. We realize there's a lot of options when it comes to finding a builder for your next home. Here at Mid-South, we understand that customer service, quality, and selections are very important. It's a very large time, money, and an emotional investment, and we're here to listen and care. We realize the kitchen's the most used and abused room in the house. Our cabinets are locally custom made from Sanderson cabinets out of Lawrenceburg. They're real wood, poplar or maple, whether you paint or stain. All comes with slow close hardware and many pull-out different style options to choose from.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
A moment in real estate with my dad, Jeff Hood.
You know, I get asked a lot about what the market's going to do, how's the real estate market. I've been selling real estate for a long time, and nobody has a crystal ball. And you know what? When it's your time to buy or your time to sell, it really doesn't matter what the market's doing. It's your time, and you have to do something maybe. What makes a difference is the agents and the experience that go to work for you. We're Keller Williams Hood Company, located here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We can help.
Hood Company, powered by Keller Williams, the #1 name in real estate.
Make your property rock and roll with services from G&S Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at number 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started today.
And back here at Summertown Smackdown after the Lady Cat varsity. 2 thrilling wins over Eagleville, 25-23, 26-24. Now it's the JV's turn. Don't know most of the names from Eagleville, not on the roster we have. We do know Lawrence County is Gasis. Comes in and gets a kill right off the get-go. One nothing lead. Rudy. Ellie Rudy back to serve. Sent over the net and in for the ace. Lady Cats up 2-0. They would love to have a clean sweep of Eagleville. Serve here from Rudy. That is dug out. Ooh, that was a collision there. Littrell, Rudy here tonight in Gasis, over and in, 3-0. Looks like we're at the 10-minute mark, about to come up here. Serve here from Rudy. Freeze there, and sent over, and in. 3-1. Back serve. That is dug out by Littrell. Rudy to Newton, and Newton gets the kill. 4-1. To serve, Nightingale. And on the, oh. That looked like it was on the line there, but called long, 4-2. Eagleville ready to serve. And long, back-to-back long serves, 4-2 Lady Cats. Next serve here is from Collins Newton, a pop fly, the dugout. Sent over by Bond. And Bryce in the air. And Ryan Gasis got it over. Bond again. That one's in. 5-3. Coming up on, looks like 8 minutes left. That serve is in the net there for Eagleville from Ella Lee. 6-3 Lady Cats. Serve up here from Littrell. Long. 6-4. Bond back to serve. Dug out by Rudy, sent back to Eagleville. And that one will get over. Saved by Knight and Gasis. Littrell sets up Lop, who got it over. And that one, all kinds of stuff going on there. Yeah, and someone lost some shoes. Oh, so those are back in, the moccasins? They're back in style. And a kill there from Bond, 7-5. I just saw whatever Jakey Poo was wearing earlier today. Looked like a shower curtain around his feet. Ladies and gentlemen, please no SummerSlam updates. We've heard some big things are happening, and we're all watching it together tomorrow. The ESPN app has already ruined one of the matches for me. Eagleville gets this one over. Harshberger over to Littrell, but too much of a pass there. 7-6 Lawrence County, coming up on 6 minutes left to play here in the match. Final one from the Summertown Smackdown here at Summertown Elementary. Serve. In. Yeah, 7-7. Next serve. Dug out by Lloyd. Littrell. And Knight and Gasis found a way to get it over. In the net, 8-7. Lloyd back to serve again. And was dug out. And Newton tried to take advantage, but slammed it right in the net. 8-all. Serve. Swing and a miss and in. 9-8 Eagleville. Under 5 left to play. Serve here from the Lady Eagles. Dug out by Littrell. Rudy over to Newton. Long. 10-8. Next serve. Wide. Long and wide. 11-9. Or 10-9, excuse me. Serve from Rudy. Deflected over. That one's in. 11-9. Pitch. I'm in baseball mode still. That one is in, another ace. 12-9 for Eagleville. Serve here for the Lady Eagles. And another ace. And one off Hirschberger. Coming up on 3 minutes left. Now, almost collision there. Rudy here tonight and Gase this over. Diving save from Eagleville and will fall in. 13-10. Serve here from Nightingale. Good. That's an ace. Back-to-back points for the Lady Cats. 2-point Eagleville lead. Serve. And in the net. A 3-0 run has made it a 1-point third set. Serve. And is dug out. Sent over to Bond. Dug out by Rudy. Nightingale in the air. Lob on the opposite side of the antenna. 14-12. Under 2 minutes left to play. Next serve. And it's dug out by Nightingale. Rudy can't get it over the net. Now 15-12. Next serve. Long. 15-13. Serve here. It's Van Pelt coming in. Bryce battle at the net. And won by the Lady Cats. 15-14. Under 45 seconds left. Van Pelt to serve again. Dug out by Bond. That one dug out by Rudy. Johnson. Bryce fading away, got it over. Bond tips it over, saved by Bryce back over. As soon as Rudy that saved it. Now about the net. Lady Cats have tied it up. 15 seconds left. This might be the final points of the third set. Going to be decided here on this point. Van Pelt back to serve. Dug out by Freeze. Sent over, dug out by Rudy. Johnson. And Nightingale is over. Sent over here, Rudy. Nightingale to Johnson, who gets it over. Tipped, blocked by Bryce, back over to Eagleville. Here's Bond, off the net. Save, no, hit the ground. And that one will do it. Eagleville's JV takes the third set, 16-15. Lawrence County's varsity, an impressive showing in the first two sets. That will do it from the Summertown Smackdown. Next game we'll see you guys at will be Lawrence County's Grittorama that they will play over at Lauderdale County, not this coming Friday, but the next Friday. So for Hayden Burks, this is AJ Good. We will see you. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys next week.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.